Hello everybody, this is Math with Josh. This is a how to do math stuff video. I'm going to show you how to do something without an explanation of why the process works. So if you're just here to see how to do multiplication the so-called normal way, that's all this video is going to cover. Not the justification for why the process works, just how to do it. So here we go. So to do normal multiplication, I'm going to try and build this up. Let's start with 13 times 3. Now for all your single digit times single digit, let's say like 7 times 8, my recommendation is that you get flashcards and that you build up a strong memorization of what they are. It's very useful to just know something like this is 56 for doing multiplication. So our first problem here is 13 times 3. Now obviously we could write out 13 3 times and add it to itself. That's not going to work for big numbers. It's not going to be practical. So the way to do long multiplication, we write our numbers. Generally you're going to put the smaller number on the bottom. There'll be some exceptions. Generally small number on the bottom. The way we do the process, we start with our first digit of the bottom number. We multiply it by the ones digit of the top number. So 3 times 3, which is 9. We write the 9 down in the ones column on what will end up being the first line of our answer if there end up being multiple lines. So we multiplied the first digit by the first digit. Now we will multiply the first digit by the second digit of the top number, the tens digit, and 3 times 1 is 3. Now because our bottom number is one digit, right, there's nothing here, we are now done. Our answer is 39. Feel free to check that. So that's how you'll do any problem, by the way, where the bottom number is a single digit. So let's just look at a quick one here. Let's say we had 821 times 2. Actually, let me make that 421 times 2, just so I'm not skipping too many ideas at once. It would be the same idea. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 4 is 8, so our answer is 842. So for our next problem, we have, if you have a 2 by 2, in this case, I have 21 times 34. Note that sometimes an X is used, sometimes an asterisk is used for multiplication. Let's say we had 34 times 21. Now first, we'll do the same thing as if it was a one-digit number. We'll take our first digit of the bottom number, multiply it by the first digit of the top number. 4 times 1 is 4. Then we'll do the first digit of the bottom number times the second digit of the top number. 1 times 3 is 3. So if we were multiplying by 1, we would be done. We are multiplying by 21. Now for these, in general, after you've done the first digit, after you've done a digit, you will move on to the second digit. But first, we put an additional 0 at the beginning of our answer. So on the first digit, there's no 0 added. On the second digit, we're going to do, we put a single 0. And if there were a third digit, we would end up with 2 zeros. We'll see one of those in a minute or two. So we put our 0, because we went to the second digit. And now we just do 2. Our second digit, 2 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Let me draw my 8s a little better. And 2 times the second digit of the top number, 3. 2 times 3 is 6. So now we have our 2 lines of answer. We can imagine, by the way, that if there were a third digit to this 21, now we would write 2 zeros and then do 3 times 4, 3 times 3. But once you have you've done all your digits, you now add whatever is down here. So we're adding 34 and 680. 4 plus 0 is 4. 3 plus 8 is 11. Just like normal addition, we write the 1 here. The 1 carries. And 1 plus 6 is 7. So 714. Okay. Now you might have noticed that I was using all small digits in my problem so far. That's because now we will have to discuss carrying numbers. So let's look at 98 times 75. I think I'm going to need a little bit more screen for this. So again, this is a 2-digit number. Now this is the important part. Again, we're going to do first digit times first digit, then first digit times second digit. So 5 times 8 is 40. So what we do is we write the 0 in 40 down, and we'll put the 4 up here. Now we do 5 times 9, our second digit. 5 times 9 is 45, and we add this 4. So 45 plus 4 is 49. Now when you're learning this, feel free to write out additional work to the side, write down the 45, and then add the 4 to it to make sure you're keeping track of it. So now we've done the 5 multiplied by the top number. Helpful now is to scratch out our previous carries so we don't copy them. We are now moving on to the second digit, this 7. Now remember, when we go to the second digit, we first put a single 0 on that line. And now we do 7 times 8. 7 times 8 is 56. The 6 will come down here. Do not write the 5 in the bottom. The 5 goes over the 9. Now we do 7 times 9 is 63. 63 plus 5 is 68. So the 8 goes down here. Now if there were a third digit, the 6 would carry again. Because we are done multiplying, the 6 that would go up here just comes straight down. And now we add our numbers together, and we will get 0 plus 0 is 0. That one's pretty easy. I like that one. 9 plus 6 is 15. So we have 5. The 1 will carry. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 8 is 13. And the 1 will carry. And then 1 plus 6 is 7. An important note, remember that the carrying feels a little bit different for the multiplication steps and the adding up of the partial answers. So be careful and just pause and make sure you're doing everything correctly and that you're adding in the bottom. Okay, so that's a 2x2 with some carrying. The final thing I wanted to make sure I work out in this video is just what something like a 3x3 would look like. Now the process is the same, except that we do have this important extra steps. We have 456. By the way, you may have noticed that I'm switching the order I had them typed in the order I write them down. A notable little thing here, not to take too long, but A times B equals B times A. So it's okay to switch the order of multiplication problems like this. Okay, let's say we had 456 times 123. So this is the big problem for the video. Before I do this one, thank you very much for watching. Please comment if you have any requests for content or any questions on the video, and you can check out my page. Okay, so for the big one that puts everything together, hopefully, start with our first digit. 3 times 6 is 18. We write the 8 down, we bring the 1 up here. 3 times 5 is 15, plus the 1 we carried is 16. 3 times 4 is 12, plus the 1 we carried is 13. Now we're moving on to the next step. Remember, we're moving on to our second digit, which in this case is also a 2. So second digit, we put 1 0 down. The third digit, we're going to be putting 2 zeros down. You can imagine if we were multiplying the fourth digit, 3 zeros, etc. Put our 0 down. We scratch out the numbers we carried. When you're experienced, you may not have to do that, but it is a reasonable idea. So 2 times 6, 2 times 6 is 12, 2 times 5 is 10, plus the 1 we carried is 11, 2 times 4 is 8, 8 plus 1 is 9. Now we're moving on to our third digit, the 1. Third digit means we put 2 zeros. Now the nice thing is we're multiplying by 1, so we actually can just copy the number, but it also works as 1 times 6 is 6, 1 times 5 is 5. Remember, we can scratch out these previous carries. 1 times 4 is 4. Now we add these all up. So 8 plus 0 is 8. 6 plus 2 plus 0 is also 8. That's kind of neat. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. We'll carry the 1 here. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 9 is 11. 11 plus 5 is 16. Carry the 1. And then 1 plus 4 is 5. And our answer is 56,088. So once again, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I know that's a very compact explanation, and obviously doesn't explain why the process works. If you have any questions, if you'd like to see an explanation of that, or request any other type of content, feel absolutely free to message me. Once again, this is Joshua Phillips for Math with Josh. Have a wonderful day.